Hi, my name's Sarah. This is the first video tutorial that I'm going to be doing on exams from the summer of 2012, iGCSE. So this one is all about iGCSE history. I'm going to give you some tips that I found really useful for completing my course that lasts 2 years. So whether you're doing history iGCSE or history GCSE, it really doesn't matter. Same syllabus, same exam. So basically what you want to do when you start your course is you want a book, one book that has all the information in it. I use this one, Essential Modern World History by Steve Waugh. Extremely good, this one. It had all the relevant information in it. You can get these second hand off Amazon in good condition. I think I got this one for about £12 plus postage. Dirt cheap. And it's really worth it. It's got all the points in it. So the course is going to have causes of the First World War, Second World War, Cold War, the history of Germany, Russia, the USA, Britain and China. You're going to want to look at all those. I would say China isn't that important, but really, if you really want any advice about exams, you want to really ask your teacher. If you're being homeschooled, look at the examiner's notes. So once you've completed your course, about 5 weeks before the exam, you're going to get the examiner's notes about what's going to be in the exam. So they split the exam into 3 sections. The first section you get a choice of 2 out of, I don't know, possible 20 subjects. So I chose Russia. Second section you get a choice of 1 subject out of 15. I chose Russia again. And then in the third section you get a choice out of about 15. Again, you can choose 1 subject. Now, the examiner will suggest that you pick a certain subject for each section. So like this year he said, well, because there are so many subjects on Russia, it'd be better if you chose Russia in each section, and then that way you're only revising for 1 country, and it really does help. So when you start revising, you want to get all the relevant information for the subjects that you've chosen into 1 book. So just get a small book from the supermarket, blank pages, and fill it in with all the information you want. You don't want to have to be leafing through this every time you want to read about an event. If you write it all in this, you can take it with you places and read it. Read, read, and reread. That's the only way you're going to remember it. Remember key dates. They really help. The examiners are always quite impressed when you remember dates, events, key events. Sometimes you think, is that a bit unimportant? Is it a bit irrelevant? Nothing is irrelevant. When you're asked a question that seems not too open, that it's focused on 1 thing, bring in any relevant information that you have about that 1 thing from here, there and everywhere. Bring it in, because you don't know what the examiner's looking for, and he might think, oh well, that's a good point that she's brought out or he's brought out. So put in anything that you think is going to be relevant. Also, when you've remembered things that you want to write down, as soon as you get into the exam and as soon as it's time to start, take in a scrap piece of paper and then write down all the facts that you can remember offhand straight away before you forget. And then when you come to write your essay, you're going to have a sheet of paper with all the points on it, and you can just write about it with ease. You don't have to be thinking, oh no, have I forgotten? Is there something I've forgotten? Write it down immediately, then you can't forget, it's there. What else? Yes, for each question you're given quite a lot of space, about 3 pages, A4 pages to fill in. Fill them in. Try not to leave any blanks, because leaving blanks gives the impression that you didn't have a lot of information to put in. And really you do, and you want to fill it. So fill it with anything. Any relevant information you can think of. If you're not sure of an answer, fill it in with anything you think could be related to it, because you never know if you're right. You could be right. If you don't fill anything, you've got no chance of getting any points. If you put something in, you might think, oh well, that's relevant, and it'll mark you up for that. So write. Never leave blank spaces. That's a rule. It's the law. So for the changing nature of warfare, the dates were from 1936 to 2003, and I found the examiner's notes on the internet, which I'm going to put at the bottom of this video, because they were really useful. I think for summer 2013, it's going to be about aerial warfare. When you look at past exams, you can get an idea of what might be in the future ones. And my teacher was right with the ones that were this year. It was changing nature of sea warfare and nuclear. So I think that next year it's probably going to be aerial warfare. Again, don't trust me. If you have any questions, ask your teacher. I'm just trying to give you a hand. It's really difficult to concentrate. I've got the Who blaring out of my docking station. But anyway, I think I've just about finished. I'm a history tutor, so if you have any questions about certain topics that you're unsure of, dates, any events that you want, explaining, I can do that. This year I'm starting my history A-level, and it's very modern day stuff now. Each year they're moving it up and up and up to modern day. This is like my parents' generation, so it's all very modern, and it's a lot easier to remember because it's all to do with music. In fact, it's the changing nature of youth culture, so I get to study about the Who and changing nature of fashion. It's all very modern stuff. And if you really like history, I would really recommend taking the A-level. It's worth it, and I'm really enjoying it. I've only had one lesson, and I am loving it. For the A-level, these GCSE books, the one that I told you about, keep them, because you never know if it could come in handy. But anyway, that's it from me today. I hope you've really enjoyed the video. It's the first one I've ever done, so I was a bit nervous. And I just want to test the water and see if videos like this are going to be useful for people. If you have anything to say whatsoever, please put it at the bottom and I'll read them, and I'll do what I can. I don't know what my video quality is going to be like, but progress, I suppose. I'll just try and get them better and better. So I hope you have a great day, and get back to me if there's any questions, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.